Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Lizzie and I am so happy to have you, and today I am bringing you guys a brand new speed build. So for those of you who have been here, you have probably noticed, or maybe have not noticed, but I have been away for over a year now. And so I just wanted to kind of hop back on and give you guys a little bit of a life update, and just bring you guys this cozy little speed build to watch while I do it. So a couple of different disclaimers for you guys before we get into all the nitty-gritty updates of my life. If you guys can hear anything in the background, I am super sorry. I am back home with my parents currently, and they have friends over right now, so they are a little noisy, so I do apologize if you guys can hear them in the back. Another disclaimer is, if you guys noticed, I was a little slow at the beginning of this video. I tried to speed it up and cut past it, but I won't lie to you guys, getting back into The Sims was rocky. I don't remember the last time I touched this game. It has been more recently than my last video, but yeah, it's been quite some time, and learning, it was like relearning all of the controls all over again. So I do apologize for that, but I did try and speed it up and cut past as much of it as I could, so that's why it was a little choppy here in the beginning. But anyways, so I guess now it's time to catch you guys up. I have officially graduated college. This past May is when I graduated, and I, like I said, have moved back home with my parents right now while I have started a full-time job, and I'm kind of just saving up so that I can eventually move out and do all the things, but I have a lot of bills to pay. I had to get a new car recently, and on top of that, I have a bunch of student loans that I get to pay for, so yay me. Super fun, super fantastic. So I am currently working a full-time job and saving up all the money that I possibly can at the moment. I have actually wanted to come back to playing The Sims for quite a few months now, but I won't lie to you guys, something about coming back and playing The Sims is so daunting and overwhelming, and I think that's because there's like so many mods for just building alone that you have to go through and update, and then of course I always want to update myself on all of the new CC and stuff, so I go down this giant rabbit hole of searching for CC for like a week if not more, and catching up on all of the stuff that my new favorite creators have put out and just all of that kind of stuff. And it's just so overwhelming at first because you have to go through, update your game, update all the mods, make sure nothing's broken, put all the CC in, and then I have to find all of the ideas that are going to give me inspiration so that I can put something out that's really wonderful. And of course, whenever I build anything, I'm always like, okay, I can just do it for myself and not have to stress about anything. But of course then I make something and I'm like, no, I want to take screenshots and put it on Tumblr and put it on my Patreon and maybe even make a speed build out of it. So I just decided to bite the bullet today and record it, and yeah, so now here we are, and I'm super excited. I have some ideas, some plans for the future, but I just kind of want to take it slow and not overwhelm myself. I tend to jump back into The Sims full force and then I get really burnt out, so I'm just going to try and keep it at my own pace and not get burnt out, because I also have a lot going on right now in my personal life. So yeah, I just kind of want to take it slow, but I am excited to be creating things again, and hopefully it lasts. That is kind of the most important thing. And then not just with building, but in the past I've been huge on gameplay, so that was always a lot too, trying to download all of that CC and update all of those mods and all of that stuff. So I don't know if I'll pick back up on gameplay this time, or definitely probably will not be picking up any of my Let's Plays, unfortunately. That's just really daunting, and I do not have time for that. But yeah, so for now we're just going to be leaving it at Speedbuild and things like that. But yeah, so I hope you guys are okay with that. I will be linking my socials down below. You guys should definitely go follow my Patreon if you are interested in downloading any of the CC or the build itself. I have some plans for that as well, and I'm realizing as I'm staring at the screen that those two shelves look like they're different colors, and I'm pretty positive that they're not, so I'm not sure why they look like that. That happened a couple of other times in other areas with furniture, and I double checked the other pieces. I didn't realize it on those two, so those two may be different colors, but I'm pretty positive I picked the same swatch, so not sure why it's doing that. But like I said, I had that problem with a couple of other pieces of furniture at some point, and I'm not sure why the lighting was being kind of weird. So yeah, that's interesting. But anyways, sorry if that is wrong. I hope it's not. I hope it is actually the same swatch. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I don't even remember anymore. But I guess I'll just update you guys a little bit more on my life. So since I've moved home from school, which is crazy to say that I'm officially done with school for forever, yeah, wow, it still like hasn't fully hit me yet that I'm never going back, and that I no longer have to get an education, and I'm just a full-grown adult and have all the adult things to worry about now. Super exciting and super not exciting at the same time. So what I will say is, for anybody still in school, enjoy it while it lasts. And I know you guys probably heard that from like a million other people, but it is so true. So true. And it's annoying when you're in that stage of life. You're like, of course I'm trying to enjoy every second of it, but literally take it from a recent grad, enjoy every second of it. Do all the things that you never thought you'd do. Hang out with all the different people, put yourself out there. It's worth it in the end. You'll have all of those amazing memories. So yeah, kind of crazy. I can't remember if I've talked about this in past videos, but for those of you who don't know, I am an avid plant collector. My collection right now has dwindled down to 30 from moving back home, and also I had a couple of tragic losses, but right now I am at around 30 houseplants in my super tiny room, and I would have more in a heartbeat, and my plan is to get more, a lot more. I would eventually love to start selling them on like Facebook Marketplace, or even shipping them out on Etsy, so that is a future goal of mine. We'll just kind of have to see, I guess, how it all works out. But yeah, I have been adding more and more to my collection ever since I got home. And sorry, I'm going to go on a little plant enthusiast ramble. So if you're not interested in that, I'm really sorry. But since I moved home, I got these new grow lights to help substitute the fact that they don't get a ton of light in my room, and they have been doing amazing, like fantastic. I got them right before we left to go on a trip, came back a week later, and all of my plants had visibly improved by like 1,000,000%. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I have plants that literally haven't grown in like a year that are now putting out leaves nonstop. I have plants that lost a ton of their variegation that are now getting their variegation back. I have a couple of plants who were literally riding the brink of death over and over again. They would die, like start to die, and I would save them, and then they would start to die again, and I would save them, and they would start to die again. And those ones are now thriving. They're literally loving life. And I've had grow lights in the past, but none of them have done quite what the ones that I have now are doing. And I am so happy that I decided to buy them. I was like, this could be a huge mistake. Everyone says they're really good, but you never really know, because maybe people are just saying that or exaggerating or whatever. But no, these are quite literally my favorite plant purchase, and to any of you who own plants, a 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you want to know, I know that this is not Sims related, but if you want to know what grow lights I'm talking about, just comment it down below and I will send you the link. Us plant people, we have to stick together. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. And if you have plants that are not doing well, just invest in some grow lights and good fertilizer, and I promise you, you will see them improve drastically, because that is exactly what has happened since I brought them all home. Fertilizer and these lights, and they are growing like maniacs. So yeah. And then I guess the other thing that I can update you guys on is my job. I am currently working in finance. That is not what I got a degree in. At all. So it's kind of crazy to say, oh yeah, I'm working in finance, but I am. I'm working at a financial office, and I am an administrative assistant, and I'm loving every second of it, actually. Definitely a change of pace compared to what I was doing before, but you know, that's okay. I like it. It's a lot slower. I am gradually picking up more and more things to do as time goes on, but yeah, I can't really complain. In my downtime, I read books or catch up on TV shows and get as much done as I can in the process. Basically, my big role right now is relations with the clients and just trying to improve the customer service that they're getting. So constantly brainstorming new ways that I can try and improve their client experience and find ways to make them feel more special. But I've only been in it for a couple of months since I graduated, so I'm hoping that as time goes on, I can kind of add a little bit more to the team. I have been on this family room for quite some time now, and I was trying to find a piece of furniture for the corner, like a corner shelf, but could not find one that I liked that would match the rest of the wood tones. So I kind of just stuck with putting a bicycle there. And I didn't really have a vision for who was going to be living here. I kind of just knew the style of home that I was going for, which was more like vintagey, thrifted, like older kind of vibes, which I'm sure you guys could kind of tell from the living room. And then I tried to kind of carry it over in like the wallpaper and even a little bit in the bedroom. But yeah, that's kind of what I envisioned, like a single woman living here who just loves to thrift and find old things that she can kind of repurpose. So yeah, that was my vision. And maybe she has a cat, because I didn't have a lot of space. And I should also mention that this floor plan was not my own. This is actually one of Sim Lissy's floor plans, because I hate creating floor plans for these apartments, so I did steal that from her. So all credit goes to her for this amazing floor plan. The rest of it was my own idea with the decorations and all of that, but the floor plan, all credit goes to her. She's amazing. I love her videos. If you haven't checked her out, you definitely should. She's just Sim Lissy on YouTube or Sim Lissy with CC. She has 2 different accounts, so shout out to her. But anyways, I was trying to find ways to get these windows to fit, which took a little bit of maneuvering, because again, I super small space. And then I realized like halfway through, I was like, I don't have a spot for the table. I'm gonna have to fit a table in here. So I did the best I could. I won't lie to you guys, I did not check to see if this apartment is functional, so I apologize if it is not. I really hope it is, because I love this apartment. I think it's super cute. But yeah, I don't know if it's functional or not. So fingers crossed that it is functional for you guys when you go ahead and try it. A couple of other things that I have been loving since I last chatted with you guys is I have been big into reading and coffee recently. I've always been into coffee and reading for quite some time, but I don't think I've actually ever talked about it on here. The only reason I'm bringing up the coffee is because I have recently started making it at home. I got a Mr. Coffee machine for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. I really don't like drinking coffee out anymore. Even Starbucks, which I used to be a hardcore Starbucks girl, I really could care less. And when someone brings it up, I'm like, I really would rather just have my own coffee, make it myself. It's so much better and so much more cost effective. So the only time I really ever go to Starbucks or any other coffee place is for like a social outing, like if my friends and I want to go get pastries and coffee, or if I have like a gift card or something that I need to use up, I will get it from out at a different coffee shop. But otherwise, I'm pretty consistent with making it at home, and it has been wonderful. If anybody's thinking about doing that, I would highly recommend. As for books, since I've been home, I've been rereading the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Is the best books I've ever read. I've read them before in the past, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I picked them back up. Actually bought the series last time. I borrowed my sister's, but I bought the series and have been rereading it, and it is like quite literally still to this day the best series I have ever read. The world building, the character development, the way that she just like takes this book, the way that it just expands from book 1, I mean, you're like in an entirely different universe. By the end of the series, you're in the same world, but it feels like you're in an entirely different universe. So it's just crazy. The other book that I just finished reading was One Dark Window, I think is what it was called, and I'm on the second one, Two Twisted Crowns. It's a very good series. I really liked the first book. The second book is a little slow for my personal taste, but still a really interesting series. Definitely a little bit different than what I'm used to reading, but I really like it actually. So yeah, I'm reading that on my Kindle, and then Throne of Glass hard copy. I always prefer a hard copy, but my Kindle is just a little bit more efficient and easier to use. But with that, I think I am going to go ahead and end this voiceover off here. We're almost done with the video. Less than 10 minutes left. What I will say is I did skip out on showing you guys the bathroom just because I was trying to make this a little bit more condensed in time. For an apartment build, this was already really long as I was trying to scavenge through everything and remember where everything was. So I did cut out the bathroom. It's pretty boring and plain. But if you want to see pictures of it all, those will be up on my Tumblr and my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. And I just want to thank all of you who have joined in and watched this video. If you liked it, please do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I hope to see you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.